my name's Emma Campbell, and I am a Jamberry independent consultant, and I'm so excited that you have a sample of Jamberry nail wraps to try out. So this really short video is going to help you with that process. So I'm going to talk you through a really quick Jamberry nail wrap application so you know exactly how to get your wraps on. Okay, first thing, I have washed my hands. Now this might seem like something that, it doesn't matter. You really need to give your hands a good wash before you start this process. The reason being, our wraps are made of vinyl and they are heat and pressure activated. And they will not stay on for the length of time that we know they can, which is up to 2 weeks, even longer maybe as well, if you have oils on your nails. And everybody has oily nails naturally, it's nice and healthy, but what we want to do is to make sure that you get rid of those oils when you put your wraps on, and that will help with application. So the first thing you're going to do is wash your hands with some soap. Dish soap works really well as well. When you've done that, I've already prepped my nails by using a little orange stick or something similar. You could use a cuticle pusher, or if you are hardcore, you can use a cuticle spoon. These are great for getting rid of hidden cuticles. But you do need to prep your nails by just pushing back your cuticles, like so. I've already done that step. So once you've prepped your nails like that, we can get on to application. I'm excited. So now we get to get our wrap and put it on, yeah! So I have chosen this wrap, so you are going to choose a wrap that fits slightly smaller than your nail. So for example, this wrap is going to be no good whatsoever for my thumb, because you can see my thumb is way bigger than that. Luckily, our sheets of wraps do come in like a full range of sizes. These are the sample wraps that you're testing out, and the sizes are obviously slightly limited. But if you choose one that's too big, it's going to go onto your skin and your cuticles, and it ain't going to stay on. Don't want that. We want it to last. So size down is one great tip, okay? So I've chosen this one because I know that I'm going to get that to fit, and that's why it's clear plastic around there so you can test it out. I know it's going to fit really well on that particular finger, so I'm going to go for that one. So this wrap will do 2 nails. It's going to do one on this finger and a matching one on this finger. So I'm going to do the first thing. I'm going to chop it in half, like so. Once I've done that, I need to prep my nail even further. So we washed our hands already, but this step is crucial. This is an alcohol wipe solution. We do have a nail prep solution that we sell that works brilliantly. You can also use anything that's got alcohol based, but you should have received an alcohol wipe with your sample from me. If you didn't, shame on me, let me know and I'll get you one. So it's just a little alcohol wipe like that, and we're cleaning the nail. So I'm going to give that a good clean, get any oils off, get any dirt, anything that's going to stop our gorgeous wraps from staying on, like that. Do that one as well. And there we go. So I have prepped my nails with my alcohol wipe. So now what we need to do is we need to apply some heat to the wrap. So these wraps, they are slightly sticky once you've peeled them off from the plastic, but they are heat and pressure activated. That's how you're going to get 2 full weeks out of these wraps, hopefully. So we need some heat. We need a heat source. Now for you, doing this product test, trying out these wraps, you are probably going to be using your hairdryer for this heat source. I do have a Jamberry mini heater, which I can 100% recommend if you think you're going to fall in love with wraps, because it's so much easier. But you can use your hairdryer. Just be aware that obviously it is quite powerful, and you literally just need a couple of seconds. You're also going to want to make sure that you're holding on to the wrap so it doesn't blow away. That's not good. That has happened to people before. So you're going to use your hairdryer unless you've got a mini heater already. Just double check that your hairdryer is not ionic. Mine's just a basic bog standard thing. If if it is ionic, it's not going to work for the wraps. I don't know why, it's something in the technology. So get in touch with me if that's the case. If you're local, you can borrow my mini heater. Even if your hairdryer is not ionic and you want to borrow this and you're local to me in Newcastle, give us a shout and I'll get that to you somehow. If you're not, then you will need to try and find another type of hairdryer, or get in touch with me and we'll try and sort something out. So I'm going to do that now. So this is where this tool comes in. If you don't have one of these, you can use like the end of your scissors or something. It's just something to get the wrap off the plastic without touching it. So you just peel it off the plastic backing like that. Ta-da! We don't want to touch the wrap with our fingers again, because then we're going to be putting natural oils onto the back of the wrap and that's going to stop it lasting as long, so we don't want that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to heat my wrap up with my mini heater. So you guys would use your hairdryer if that's what you're using. So the mini heater, please excuse me, I do have a cold right now. The mini heater literally is so good because it's so quiet. And we don't have to hold the wrap. If you use your hairdryer, just maybe pop your finger on there just so it doesn't blow away. But we're just going to heat it up for a couple of seconds. Notice that the vinyl wrap will start curving. Then it's ready. So I'm going to just put that down, turn it off. So this gets easier with practice, okay? I've been wearing wraps for well over a year, nearly a year and a half, constantly. And you can see my nails are in really good condition. I just took my wraps off there. So let's place it on the nail with the curved bit at the cuticle. Like that, okay? So what that means is, once you've placed it on, you need to use some pressure from your fingers to flatten it down, okay? If you put it on and it's slightly, see how I've done that slightly squint because I'm trying to show you rather than do how I normally do it, just lift it up. You could even just touch it at the tip with your finger because you're not gonna, I have to do it my normal way, like I'm really rubbish at showing you guys. But there, I put it on now. The reason it's okay to just touch the end is because we're going to file that off anyway, so it's not going to affect it. So don't worry if you've got it on wrong and you're not happy with it, just like lift it off and pop it on again. But you do get better, trust me, you do get better with practice. So I've placed it there, so I have got a little space around my nail. You do not want that wrap to, you don't want that wrap to touch around your, like the cuticle around your nail or your skin. So we're just gonna put the pressure down there. You might want to do a little bit more heat. If you've used the hairdryer, chances are you may not need to put more heat on because it's stronger, more powerful, so you don't want to like actually overheat them. So you just literally, once you've got it on, you've got a space around the edge, it's not touching my skin at all. There is probably going to be like a gap there. You know, don't be afraid to of that gap, that's okay. And then we're going to put pressure on it and smooth it out. So the pressure goes like from the middle to the outside. So we're smoothing out if there's any lumps and bumps. All our nails are all different shapes, so chances are some people have ridgy nails, some people have more curved nails. If it's your first application, then you might not be as confident, so you may have some lumps and bumps. What I would say, if that is you, use the tools that you've got to help. So obviously at the minute the wrap is quite pliable because it's warm. Once that cools and sets, it's going to be very hard to get any lumps and bumps out and creases. So make sure you're fixing it now rather than leaving it. So a bit more heat could help. And then again, you're just sort of pushing it out, sliding it out. And there are loads of other application methods as well. If you're struggling with this particular one, give me a shout and I will reach out to you with a few different methods. There's loads of different ways of doing it, but obviously on your test you're trying these out for the first time. I don't want to overwhelm you too much. You could also use this amazing tool, which is a purple cuticle pusher, and that just seals around the edge, gives it a really good seal all the way around, and also can help push out any lumps. This can also do the same, just it's a bit hard, it's not as soft. But that works quite well if you've got any lumps and bumps. Naturally, normally I don't generally tend to get many lumps and bumps, but some people do, so especially when it's your first try, things are never perfect on your first attempt. So there we go, so that is my accent wrap on. Eek. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to file that end off. What you can do, depends how long your nails are, but there's two things you can do. I like to just trim the end first, like that, with my nail scissors, so it makes it a bit easier. Then I'm going to get my nail file. This is an amazing Jamberry file, which I just absolutely love these ones, but you could use any file. And you literally go 90 degrees and you just go for it. I know it probably feels a bit strange. I remember when I did my very first wrap, which was a sample wrap, I thought I'd ruined it at this point because it starts going like a bit weird, and that's just the end of the nail wrap coming off, and that's totally normal. That's what we want to happen. Don't pull it off, just keep going till it falls off. There we go, nearly done. Get a nice shot of my face, concentrating face. There we go. So I took that off, it's come off. I don't even know where it went, on the floor probably with all my other bits of wrap. And then I've just neatened it up from left to right. So there we go, that's done. You can use a buffer if you want to get a really nice finish and, you know, just go over the end like that, because it's going to annoy you if you've got any straggly bits. But generally that should be us good to go. So that is your wrap application done. Like seriously, that is now good to go for like 2 weeks. How amazing is that? So now I'm going to do my other one, and I'll get back to you shortly. Bye! Okay, so I have both of my accent wraps now done. So obviously we need something to go with it. So what I've gone for is this gorgeous Jamberry nail lacquer or nail polish called Sugar Mama, which is a really subtle pinky colour. Almost like a neutral. I don't know if you can even really see that there, but nice, just shimmery pink. I thought that goes really nice with the floral wraps. So a couple of fingers left to do, and then we are ready. So let's pop a coat of this on here. I might even, once it's dry, do a second coat, which is always recommended with nail polish. And we'll see how we go. So done. Gorgeous colour. Excuse me, sniffing again. So that are my wraps and my nails are all ready to do a 7-day challenge, which I think is hopefully what you are going to do when you're testing out your wraps. So what that means is you do what I've done. You've got a wrap or a couple of wraps on fingers, and then you do a nail polish on the rest, and you're going to leave those on for 7 days. So in 7 days, what we would expect is that your wrap hasn't moved, hasn't budged, isn't coming off. If there is a sign of that happening, please get in touch with me, and it's probably something with your application process that we can sort out and fix. And what we'll probably see by 7 days is that even with a good quality nail polish like Jamberry, it's probably not going to last 7 days, so it's going to probably start chipping. If you have a cheaper one, then it's probably going to start chipping like on day 1 or 2. That's my experience with nail polish anyway. So what I would like you to do is, if it's okay with you, to post in my group that you are doing this challenge, a photograph on day 1, photo on day 3 if you remember and have time, and a photo on day 7, so you can see how they've lasted. So that is Jamberry wrap application, how to put on a sample wrap, how to do a 7-day challenge, and I really hope you love these wraps. I can't wait to see your pictures. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for giving these wraps a go. I really hope they change your life as much as they have done mine. Thanks girls, bye.